Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Easy Start platform, my new world. What do you think? No, just kidding. Uh, I'm here with Boris today, who's hiding somewhere. There he is. Ha ha ha, I found you. He's
Hello
hiding over
there.
here. And Boris has agreed graciously to be my custom weapons expert trainer, samurai dude.
What? What? You probably know more than I do.
But but yeah, so that's our plan today anyway. Is I think we effectively and lovingly call ourselves the Derps, and so today the Derps are going to attempt to make some custom weapons, and that wonderful green monstrosity over there, and maybe even some of these ships
Are
will be
going to
the
be
brunt
slightly
of our
dented.
aggression. Sorry,
They're going to be slightly dented.
slightly dented, yes.
Yep.
And if we're lucky, you might actually see an explosion.
Yeah, maybe. Um,
Maybe.
we have absolutely no idea what we're doing. Like, custom weapons are one thing I've just completely overlooked because decorating apartments was more interesting to me. Um, so, yeah, I don't really know where to start, but I have an idea for something that looks ridiculous, so I want to start with that. I don't know what you're going to do.
Ridiculous. Yes, this is a good idea.
Okay, I want to make a throwing star.
A shuriken? I think that's what they're called.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're called. But I think one of those will be handy, maybe. Maybe a gyro.
Well,
that
we want to get it
spins.
spinning, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think a gyro override might be better than a rotor, actually. But, oh, that just... Oh, okay, apparently you can delete the top of the rotor first. It's been a little while since I've played creative. Right.
I think you can even grind off the top if you want.
Oh, okay. Actually,
I think.
no. I want a rotor, and then on that, this might be a bad idea in multiplayer, but this server has been performing quite well, so I'm going to try a merge block on a rotor.
Oh, I see. So that we can spin it and then let it go?
Yes, and then I have a gyro to keep it spinning, and then maybe. I think the only way to make it go forward would be a gravity drive of sorts. So if we put artificial masses, this is the most. Oh, this is going to be the most deadly
okay.
custom weapon possible.
Sorry, I was trying to put spikes on the end because they normally have
Oh.
spikes on the end. But I guess I
Yeah,
can put them
okay,
on the end of
You
these.
can put them on the end of those, or even bring the artificial masses in one. If we put a gravity thing behind it, and we can make this all, put it all on a timer. Maybe I shouldn't put a gravity generator on that, just in case this thing flies off the rotor or something. We'll turn these off first.
Yeah, we've learned that when you leave gravity things on, that they move into walls.
Yes, learned that lesson.
All right, so the basic premise here is we've got a gravity generator that's pushing towards the base, I'm assuming, and then
Yeah.
with enough strength that when we release the merge block here, it just fires it in the general direction that it's pushing gravity.
Yeah.
So into my face
and
right
you
here.
would- Yeah. And you would have it like on a ship, so you could launch it. Like I said, this is the most effective custom weapon you're ever likely to see. It should be the only one that you ever build, because there's no need to build anything else.
That's
I know
right.
I'm talking it up a little bit here, but I have massive faith in it. I do think this is going to be extraordinary. What else do we need on this? Generator. Because otherwise they're going to turn... Or a battery. I suppose a battery's slightly more disposable. And a gyro. So that... Just make sure this rotor's freewheeling. No, no, no. And yes, they haven't changed any of the settings since last I looked. Thought I should check just in case. So, if I put this thing on, yaw is not the right one. Pitch. No. Roll. No. How do I make it
you have to do it
spin?
exactly that order, or it won't work.
I thought if I just pulled up one of those, it would start spinning. Maybe that's not how these things work. Oh, yes,
Whoa.
it is. Okay, so that's the gyro. And then what we need is a timer block. I'm going to take a copy of all of this. My copy button's not working. Oh, yes, it is. And
I'm playing a fun
pop
game
that
here.
over there. Oh, we can turn that off. I might make it a button.
Oh, you made a copy.
Yeah,
You didn't get all of my certifications, though.
Oh, yeah. That's because I had the feeling that with gravity and artificial masses involved, it's highly likely to just explode, especially when we're around it. Next thing, I think, would be to do a timer. So the timer, what would that have to do? It would turn on the gravity generator. Then, what's next? Start the gyro, start it spinning, and then release it, and then turn the artificial... No, we'd have to turn the artificial masses on first, and then release it. And hopefully it's done quickly enough that it doesn't rip anything off.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, I think so. Because it has to be done in a certain order so that it everything's on and then it shoots off.
Yeah, and to make sure that we don't try and turn the artificial masses on after it's been released from the merge block, because then they're not part of the same station and it won't be able to.
Right.
So, setup actions. What was the first thing that I said? Gravity generator on. And then the last thing would be to turn the gravity generator off after a certain amount of time. So we'd have the gravity generator would be switched on, so that way it sort of toggles itself on and off. I like to have everything in a single button. So you would have a fire button that would switch everything on that needs to be on, shoot it off, and then switch it all back off. So that way when you're walking through your ship, you're not sort of don't have gravity going every which way and being annoying.
Well, this is really useful for me, actually. I was wondering how to do this kind of stuff already, so cool.
What do we need? We need to put the artificial masses in a group. Artificial masses. I can't talk while... I really should set my mumble to be voice activated. I can't talk while typing.
That's right. What we got
so,
here?
artificial masses. What was... I'd already forgotten everything that we needed to do.
Oh yeah, we had to flip on the masses, and we had to disconnect the
gyro first. Gyro.
Oh yeah.
Pretend that the gyroscope's off, because you don't want to be flying around with a star spinning. And they also have to be, like, you'll notice that when you place a block down... Do you know how to use timer blocks?
Not really, actually. Never used one before.
Huh. Well, if you go into... So this is a tutorial. See, we're being helpful.
That's right.
We're not just making shooting stars, whatever they're called. Throwing whatever that word is. Shuriken. Okay. So if you go into
wrong, let me know.
Yeah. So if you go into the timer block, and then there's setup actions.
Yeah.
And then as it goes down that list from 1 to 9, and then there's a whole lot of other toolbars in there, 1, 2, 3, and so on. As it goes down that list, it performs those actions in a row. So the gravity generator...
Or is there...
if you want to put a delay, then you have a second time block. Because if you hit escape and go back 1, you'll see that there's a delay there, 10 seconds. So what you would do is place a timer block, and then you would do your things, and then if you want a delay, you would then make another timer block, put the delay that you want on it, and then in the first timer block, you would reference the second one, tell it to go to that second one and perform the action.
And start that one. Okay.
Yeah, after the delay. Which is what we're going to do at the end, actually. So we can turn everything off afterwards, but we don't want the gravity generator to turn off automatically, otherwise the star will stop. Or will just start floating, but it won't speed up. So what are we doing? Gravity generator. Yeah, you'll also notice that another tutorial thing. If you put a block in, like a drag a block down, you can remove it later, but you get a list that pops up. You can toggle the block on and off. I don't like having that toggle block on-off on anything really, because, I mean, you're a programmer, this sort of thing, you'll know this sort of stuff, but you can never be entirely sure what state the block is when you tell it to toggle. So if
true.
it's in the wrong state, so I like to try and design systems that where you are absolutely certain exactly when things are on and off. So you don't toggle a block on off, you tell it to go on or off. So that's what I've done with the gravity generator. They go on, and then the gyroscope goes on, and then they turn off later. So you can always be sure exactly what state they're in for an automated system.
Toggle block on. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, this is all advice. I actually had a couple of comments about Wheatley, about this exactly, because I was using the toggle on off. My bad.
There's certain things where you can't really do it. Like, there's limitations, but
yeah. Well, I was doing it all through one button, and I wasn't using a timer block, so I only had one action that I could throw in my thing, and I didn't realize that this was a possibility. So that's cool.
So the third thing is the artificial masses. So that's a group. Tell the entire group to turn on, and then lastly is the merge block, is to tell it to turn off. And then next, well, we don't really need a next, but if we were in a ship, then I'd make another timer block, set it a delay to 10 seconds or whatever, and then tell it to stop spinning. Well, actually, you couldn't tell it to stop spinning because that's the
merge block is gone.
Yeah, that's the gyro. Yeah, not the rotor. But at the very least, I'd turn the gravity generator off. But we don't need to do that. So this first button I've got set up to the gyro just to test to make sure that it would control it properly, which it does. But I can get rid of that, remove from toolbar, and then I'll set that to the timer block trigger now. And I'll just set the timer block to have no delay. I don't know if trigger now will make that redundant, but just in case.
Alright, so you've got one button in here.
And that, don't press it.
No,
that'll release
it. The setup. Yep. Timer block. Okay, so it's just to trigger the timer block.
Yep. Which will then trigger.
And that had a 10-second delay, I think?
I reduced it to 1. See, the way that I understand it is that if you click trigger now, it should just go with no delay. At least that would make sense. But I reduced it down to 1 second anyway, just to make sure. So what I'm going to do now is cut this out. Right, so this is our little system here. So we can copy this. I have a copy, and I'm going to bring it down closer to the station. Right. So now we should be able to shoot that.
Oh wow, you put it really close to you. Cool.
Why is everything off? Oh, because there's no gravity
power.
React.
It's on the other station.
Yeah. Right, so that should be hopefully ready to go. So are you ready to see the most effective weapon that has ever been created in Space Engineers? Actually, this isn't really there's nothing on there that could really harm anything. I just noticed. It'll crash, but we don't have any like warheads or anything on it.
No, well, this is there's a word for this. I was watching General Hatchett's video about when he gave the overview of all of different types of these weapons, and he had a name for this kind. There's a word for it where it doesn't have anything on it. It's just you're just using the mass. Kinetic, maybe that's it.
Something like that.
Yeah, where you literally the damage is done just by the sheer force and speed and mass of what's hitting it.
Okay, and that's all we'll need to do, because this weapon will be way too overpowered if we put any warhead on it. I mean, this is enough as it is, and it's spinning.
That's right.
What more could you want?
All right, so you've done all the work, so can I press the button?
Of course.
Can I get the gratification? Yeah. All right, so I should just press it and it should all work, right?
Yeah, but you need to say a time down. A time down?
A time down, okay.
A time down first, yes. That's the new word for it.
Countdown. All right. Some 2001 Space Odyssey music for this event now. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Boink. That's amazing.
I don't think the battery was charged.
And we have liftoff.
Wait. This could be effective after all.
No, it has a charge on the battery.
Oh, okay. So we've been doing. Maybe we haven't given it enough time to spin up.
To start it spinning.
What's happening with this ship? Why isn't it on?
Here, maybe we can still salvage this. Let's see. Ready and
Wait. This could still become an effective weapon if we park something in the road of it. Here we go.
Oh, right, because of the.
It's almost there.
So,
it's going to be deadly.
Explosion? It's going to be amazing.
And I think we can all agree the person in that ship would be dead.
That's right. I've effectively named this the Nudge Shuriken 3000.
It's official. Right.
Wow.
I think maybe we should make it even more powerful. After you stop face planting. Right. Okay, that's gone. I think
that's gone.
We need to. So, if that had a charge, then the problem must surely be that it's not spinning up enough. So we'd need to put another timer block, yes, to make it longer. Did you want to do that since I did everything in the last one?
Let's see if
I'm not hogging everything.
Let's see if I've learned.
So it would have to be after the second step. So the first step is to turn on the gravity generator, which I don't think we need first up. I think the first thing would be to do the gyroscope, because we want the gravity generator on for the smallest amount of time possible. So the first timer block would be the gyroscope on, and then you would have quite a delay. And it seemed to start up fairly quickly.
Okay, the artificial mass. So where's the gyroscope? We want to turn it on, and that's all we want to do in the first one.
Yeah, and then a delay.
So now we wanted to turn on the masses.
What would be we'd want. Well, either that or the gravity generator.
Oh, the gravity generator.
We want them both on at the same time for the shortest amount possible, because you don't want it to accidentally rip it off the merge block. So they've you've got to turn them both on at the same time and release them all at once to stop them from damaging anything.
All right, so I've got, on the second timer, I've got it, gravity generator toggle on, artificial mass on, and then merge block off.
Yeah, I think that's all. And then a delay
on
that.
Just... Uh-oh, I think I might have just done something really funny here. Let me see. No. Okay, so that's... Oh, I was just doing it from the same. Okay, so in the first one we want to then turn on the second timer block.
Yes, and then so we've got a 10-second delay on the first one. Is that enough?
Well, we could always play with it, I guess. If it's not spinning.
Yeah, so you spin it. Yeah, so spin it straight away, and then timer block. Maybe turn it up to 30 seconds. That might be a bit long, but yeah. I think that's a bit long. Down to 15. I was a bit worried why the artificial masses were off. Is it? It might be because the one battery is not enough to power all of them. I just thought that might be a possibility then. This isn't going to look nice. What am I looking for? I keep getting gravity generators and reactors mixed up for some reason, which is not good. We'll put them down here. This isn't going to look nice, but we'll make it symmetrical. Yes, and then that should launch the second one.
Okay, and then so I'm just double checking my science here.
I actually think the problem last time was not the spinning, but the not having enough power, because the artificial mass blocks were off. Were red even though they were turned on. But
okay.
I think this is a better system anyway.
Alright, so then in Release It, I have it turning on the gravity generator, then turn on the artificial masses, and then turning off the merge block.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just making it look slightly better, even though I've got these reactors everywhere.
Oh, I see.
Really, I should have just put a reactor where the battery is, but that would require more work, because we'd have to redo the gyroscope.
Alright, so we're ready with this one, you think?
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to hit something.
Not just hit it, but completely destroy it.
Yeah. There will be no green left when we're done.
Although we might end up destroying the asteroid.
True. But
Given
we have the tools now to rebuild asteroids, so that's all fine.
We might have to aim this up a little bit if there's... See, the one major flaw with any weapon that requires gravity or artificial masses or anything like that is that if your station has gravity, that's effectively a shield or something to really push it off course.
I have an idea for that.
Yeah.
And I have to credit General Hatchet for this because I saw it in his video. But he said, and I haven't tried this, that you can put a timer block on your missile.
Yeah,
and then
you
after
trigger
a certain amount of time, turn them off.
Yeah. So you would trigger it to, say, 17 seconds, I think. I'm going to do that.
Maybe we should put it where the battery was, because we don't want to wreck the design, right? Like, as you know, the most important thing here is that our shuriken has to look good.
Yeah. So we'd have to redo that. So the delay on that other one was 15 seconds, right?
Yes, I put it back to 15.
Okay, so if I set this one to 17, then it gives it 2 seconds of flight. Which might be too long, given the distance between here and the...
Well, we can always put it back a bit.
Okay. And then the action would be to turn off all of the artificial masses.
Do we need to move it back a bit?
Hang on, let's do some science.
Science.
So, this is going to be highly accurate. So that gravity generator's on, and based entirely off my weight. 1, 2,
oh man,
3. Okay,
so
so
I saw you take off. The shuriken was in the way, though. That was awesome.
So it was about 2.5 seconds to there. I think we should move it back a little bit so that they turn off before we hit the gravity generators over there.
Okay. So I've taken a copy of it. Oh, you did too.
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm in position over here, so I'll paste. Although you are in the road.
I'm getting up. I figured that I probably was.
Right. Are we ready for what is definitely this time the most powerful weapon that has ever been designed ever?
Mark III. Are we ready for the Mark III?
I think I'll press the button this time.
Yeah.
I'll just switch the gravity generator off just so we know that things are working. Gravity generator off. Right. I'll take a save because I'm paranoid. Right. Are you ready?
Ready.
In 3, 2, 1, and away we go. It's spinning for 15 seconds, which is obviously too long. So there's a lot of prep time here.
I see the timer block flashing.
Yeah, it's counting away,
Boom.
And there it goes.
Woo! This looks better.
And the timer blocks are a bit slow, but that worked.
That did work. Ooh, look at that.
It's still spinning.
It's going, it's taking out the base. Oh, it's coming back out.
Right, and look at that damage. I don't think I've
That's
ever
pretty
seen
good.
another weapon that's done that amount of damage.
No, I've never seen any of Drakul's pictures of damage, for sure.
No, and this is almost the entire base and most of the asteroid. I think
Yeah,
most
well,
people will
if
agree.
you come right in like this, then all it looks like is damage.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
And that thing's still spinning as a decoration. So I think to refine this a little bit, I still have a copy. Would you mind just deleting that? I've got the copy here, and we'll put it in the same spot for science purposes. Control your variables and whatnot. So it's about there. That's close enough. Science doesn't need to be perfect. Now, what do we need to do?
Be perfect in reality, not in theory, right?
Yep. Wait, I don't think we even. I don't think we even. The reason those timer blocks didn't turn off is because we didn't trigger it. We didn't tell it to.
No, you're right.
I didn't.
We did all the work. We put it on there.
Right. So it needs to be the timer block that's not named, and then start.
The timer block that shall not be named.
Yep. Are we ready for take 2? This one shouldn't dip.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so it's my turn to push the button. I get to push the button. I get to push the button. All right, we ready for this?
Yes.
In 3, 2, 1. Boink.
And there it goes. We could have reduced that time, but...
Oh, we didn't reduce it.
No, but I did set up the other
So
timer
this is
block.
suspenseful, right?
Yeah.
We're adding suspense.
The other enemy knows that it's coming. The other enemy, the only enemy.
And turn off,
here it
turn
goes.
off. Yeah!
It's off. And we kind of missed, but we took out their communications. And it's still spinning. So that took off an aerial.
We're doing all right.
I think
I
it's
see damage. Although there's
it's
a
difficult to
floating light.
improve on that.
We have a floating light.
That'll teach them. Now, I
Go
think
into the light. Right.
for one last test, I'll just paste this down somewhere so I don't accidentally lose it. One last test. I think this weapon might be even more effective against small ships. So I've parked a ship right in the spot that it was. So if we remove that, now I don't remember where it was. It's about there. I think that's roughly in the same place, and we're aiming for that blue ship over there. That's what I want to try out.
Okay.
Shall we reduce... No, I'm not going to reduce the distance. That 15 seconds is perfect. Right. Are you ready for this last test?
I'm ready.
Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, and fire. Sort of spin. We don't really need the time down, do we? 'Cause time down? That's the count... The count time down thingy.
Down.
Yeah, we don't really need a countdown because this does count down for 15 seconds. And there we go. Will it hit it? It will.
Oh, that was a wow.
It cut it in half.
Wow, it destroyed that blue ship. There's pieces everywhere.
Still didn't quite destroy it as much as our first hit that destroyed the majority of the asteroid, but I think that's... Yeah, so what we've learnt is that shooting stars shirk things.
Shirkin?
What was it? Shirkin. Kind of like a gherkin, but with some shirk added. So these shooting gherkins are perfect for taking out small ships that are normally fairly hard to hit, especially in mid-flight. But I think with that 15-second delay, it gives you plenty of time to aim your shooting gherkin up with the small ship and then cut it in half.
There you go.
So this is a highly informative tutorial on how to build a flying gherkin.
That's right.
And
Well, as a final hurrah, don't you think that we should place one more, and then put warheads on it?
well, okay, but I do think that's a tiny bit overpowered. I mean, we might end up crashing the server with how powerful that would be.
This is the ending, right? So
Okay.
our spikes have been replaced with explodies. So
Wait, these aren't symmetrical. We will need to fix this.
uh-oh.
It won't work if these aren't.
Yeah, good
Right,
point.
there
Good
we
point.
go.
Yeah.
Now we're just right. I'm going to take a copy of this world because it will almost certainly crash it with the magnificence that will be this explosion.
Right. We could do this though, if you wanted to add a bit more power.
Okay, we'll take down the entirety of the internet.
Yep.
You can do this one.
All right. So I'm not even going to bother counting down. I'm just going to press it because we got a
Yep.
countdown.
It's called a time down.
Like time down. Sorry, my bad.
Duh.
That's right. Let's do it.
Okay. It's round about now.
Oh!
Wait. Oh no.
Oh! Okay, that was worth it. Did you want some ore? I've opened up a hole for your mining purposes.
Yep. And this is quite a good-looking hole.
Yeah, wow. If that was the enemy base, they would be done.
Too bad that it was our own ship.
It was
but,
our base, but
yeah. I think it might have had something little. Yeah. I think those. I don't even know how to make words. I think it's time to end there before we do something.
Can't top that, actually.
Yeah.
So I hope you all enjoyed this marvelous, wonderful tutorial on how to make the most amazing custom weapons that will take out your own base.
Yeah. So the idea here would be to sneak into their base and then aim at your own ships.
Yes, yes.
And
Valid
that would be
strategy.
the most effective way to take out your enemy. It's an ingenious plan, and I hope everyone gets some use out of it, because I think it's unrivaled.
You can even
So-
trick them. Like, you could go in there and you can make the weapon for them, leave it there, and they go, oh, look at this. And then they would try and fire it at you themselves and blow themselves up.
Exactly.
Yes. It's a Trojan horse type attack.
And with that, we're going to end. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.